A lot of businesses around the country feeling the effects of this economic downturn, but some are still doing pretty well. Nick Saccone's over at one small business in North Austin that is actually expanding. Hiya, Nick.
Oh, hey, Joe. Just getting in a little game time here at work. We got Miss Pac-Man here. It's just one of the many games they have here. You can just kind of come in and start playing. You don't even have to dump a quarter in them. They just have them on go. This place is called Game Over. They have a little game museum in the back of their store here, too, where they have all the old original consoles, starting with the beginning, and Pong, one of the old ones. Joining us here is David Kalin. He's the owner of the shop. See, he's got some of the other consoles, and Atari, Nintendo, some of the old games that come out over time. And they even have Pac-Man energy drinks nowadays. How about that? And Pac-Man isn't even necessarily the in thing anymore, is it? Yeah. Maybe for some people. Pac-Man is always cool. You opened this business, several years ago, and you're expanding. You just opened a new store in Round Rock.
Right.
So you guys, there's trouble economically for a lot of people across the country.
Right.
But you guys find a way that you can still move ahead. How does that work out?
Well, I mean, everybody is having a hard time right now, and we're not exempt from that. But, October for retail is normally a slow month. So, we kind of expected that going in. The good thing for us is that, since we do trade-ins also, we're actually seeing a lot of increased business on that side of it, where people are bringing in their games to trade them in for cash. And
so, like, we're at a pawn shop. We're hearing stories from other parts of the country. People are coming in. They're selling their old jewelry and gold to bring in a little extra money now. Now people are selling their favorite old video games.
Yeah, which is a shame, but we'll take them, and we take them all in, every system that's ever been made, and then we clean them, refurb them, and resell them.
Mm-hmm. And you have a lot of different generations of games and video games. What is it? You guys don't sell like the Wii, you don't sell the new PlayStation and all that. So how do you guys make your own market out of, this type of a business? Is it all nostalgia?
Yeah, a lot of it is nostalgia. We do sell some of the newer things, but we just don't have as much because we only do used. And so we don't get those traded in as often. Yeah, there's a large market for the classic games, and we do all of those. And there's a lot of people out there that don't want the newer games because they're too expensive. They're too difficult to figure out how to play. They're just not as fun as the old classic games. And we hook them up with the Pac-Man, the Mario, the Zelda, the classic stuff that they knew from when they were a kid, and they can get it a lot cheaper than today's game.
And we were talking about that before. These old games, you can just pick them up, play for 10 minutes till you're fed up, and then that's it, and you get on with your life, where the other ones, you got to sit down and devote all that time. Hey, if you want to find out about more about Game Over, we have a link on our website, myfoxaustin.com, so go there, click in, and check out. Coming up later in the show, we're going to look at some of the things they do that make their business very unique here, and we'll talk a little bit about that.
All right. Thank you, pal. Let's get some weather. Yeah, we got to go check in with Nick.
Here we are. You think you're a gamer fan, maybe, but do you have the singing toothbrush? Nostalgia's making good money for one Austin company. In fact, they're expanding during hard times. How they're doing it, coming up right after the break.
8:24 now. Welcome back. The worldwide economic crisis is putting pressure on families and businesses, but despite the problems, one small business here in Central Texas is expanding. Nick Saccone is at a place in North Austin this morning called Game Over. Hi, Nick.
Hey, Catherine. Good morning. Here we are in the middle of the store. Rows and rows and rows of video games, but none of that new stuff. There's no Wii, there's no PlayStation or anything like that. These are all old video games. We're talking about Nintendo and Atari and whatever else you can think of, and then more beyond that. Joining us here is store owner David Kalin. Do you like my hat? It's my Metroid hat.
That looks great.
It's an old original Nintendo game for those of you who don't know. You guys are making good business here, and you even expanded. You just opened a store in Round Rock. How are you guys doing it with the economy the way it is?
Well, the economy is not great, but we're still doing well. It's kind of a slow time for retail anyway. But no, there's a lot of people out there that are wanting the older games for nostalgia. They're a little cheaper than the newer games, and it's just something that people can get out, get their kids into, and it's fun to play.
Mm-hmm. And you have some really unique things here. We're looking at these, a couple of these cartridges. This is from an old, actually Japanese gaming system. They didn't even sell this in the States. Yeah. This one's called Combat, or there it is in Japanese down there. Or here we have Castle Excellent. I think that's the one I would have gotten. And here's a really rare Super Nintendo game, $120 because it's rare and very unusual to find. Most of the games here are much less than that, $10, $15, but this is one of those rare things. And we're talking about how business has been doing well. You know, you guys had a festival outside here this summer. We got some video back at the station. Let's roll that, where you pulled out this inflatable video game screen out in the parking lot and you invited people over. You know, is that a way you guys bring people in?
Yeah, it was a way to get people in. The guys from Alamo Draft House helped us out, and they provided the screen, and it was a great time. We played classic games on the big screen, and most people, even if they've played those games as a kid, you've never played it until you played it on a movie screen.
No, awesome. I bet. And another sign of things going well for you guys, now hiring. You guys are still hiring, trying to get some new people to fill up the new stores and all that. The holidays are coming.
Yeah, we still need a few more people for holidays and for the Round Rock store, so if you're interested, let us know.
Hey, you know, I'm going to have to pick up a second job here with the way the market's going and all that. So here we are, Game Over, doing pretty well. They have 3 locations. You can get all that information by going to myfoxaustin.com.
Cool, some nostalgia over there for sure, Nick.
Hey, any favorites for you, Catherine?
Oh, well, we were just talking, I was talking to Rusty about it, like Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda and all that good stuff, right?
Hey, if nothing else, you can come down and you can just sit down and play for a little bit.
That'd be cool. I'd like that. They got Pac-Man down there, don't they?
That's right.
All right, still ahead.